Everyone, welcome to Abu Dhabi 2025 qualifying for the Formula One World Championship. Welcome Greg, welcome Chaya, welcome Martin as well. I'm just want to get my other headset battery to charge. It's like some mad riddle here. If you could see what I'm seeing, you'd be mind blown. It keeps detecting the battery as charged, but it's not. Imagine if this happens to Lando Norris or Oscar or Max today. The battery's not registering. I think it was Alex Albon who was saying that it's near the end of the season. The cars feel tired. Meanwhile, I think Arvin Lindblad may have won the F2 sprint. So Arvin Lindblad showing why he's graduating to Formula One next season. Getting P1 in that sprint in F2. Nice job, Mr. Lindblad. Welcome, Vortex. So yeah, we're doing a full pre-show today. Come on, little battery. Maybe I've got a blow on it. Maybe I've got a blow on it. Old school. Welcome, Spaceman. So you can see free practice 3. George Russell was the fastest. Does anyone expect that? After a very disappointing Qatar for George Russell. And Lando in P2 with a 123. I mean, very close there. Verstappen in P3, Alonso P4, and Piastri just... It's not one of those weekends where Piastri's topping the leaderboards every go. Welcome, Amy Wolf. Welcome, Just. Chaya confirming Lindblad. Yeah. Big Arvind. Spaceman saying Fernando Alonso going to be pole. I mean, that would be absolutely crazy because we know that Alonso has a bit of a soft spot for Lando. For Max, but he was also Lando's teammate at Daytona, wasn't he? Oh yes, I've got it. It's charging. It knows it's empty now. JK says Russell going to do anything to get Max's way. Fanatic Racer, who's your favourite driver today in the F1 to be world champion? So if you're asking who I think is going to be world champion, I think it's odds on for Lando. It's absolutely odds on for Lando. I love the dynamic between Charles and Arthur Leclerc yesterday. Yeah, I think Arthur was mugging off his brother. By the way, Vlatka sends her apologies. She's got another engagement. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse in the chat. Sonoda, by the way, all the way in last place. Are they doing something funny? Are they doing something funny? How can that Red Bull be in last place? Is Sonoda's mind just gone? Is his mind just... Is he not really there anymore? Could that be it? Just wonder what's going on with Tsunoda. Maybe they should have put Hajar in this race. But even Hajar's all the way down in P16. Welcome, Manic Mechanic. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today for qualifying at Abu Dhabi for the final qualifying of the season. You can see Hamilton's car there. He had a big crash in FP3. It's been a really poor end to the season for Lewis Hamilton. It goes without saying. One of the F2 Mecha Chrome engines blew up. But that's some good battling there. Fanatic. I think Lando's going to do it. It'll be a spectacle. If Max wins, something insane has happened here. Lahai Sonoda couldn't do his final laps. Oh, because of Hamilton. Hi, Kireth and chat. All of our congratulations on the baby bean. Yes. I could send you the F1 suit. Oh, if you got a little baby F1 suit, feel free to send it. That'd be awesome. Pin me in Discord. I'll send you our office address. I do wonder how ruthless Verstappen is going to be knowing what's at stake today. I can't work out Verstappen this weekend. He seems way too chill, and I don't think he's that chill. I think he's being chill as a way to unnerve the McLarens. I think he desperately wants this. Welcome, Martin Harmson. Lahai Tsunoda got hit by Kimi in the pit lane. Red Bull Racing, official Red Bull Racing in the chat as well. See, Red Bull's up to some stuff this weekend. We saw in FP2 yesterday in the watch-along how Verstappen looked like he was impeding Lando Norris. It was investigated. No penalty given. How fierce is a lion going to be? Yes. My colleague Tony Cowan Brown down on the grid. Maybe next year. If we win this Autosport Award thing, goodness me. I still got to make some big, absolutely viral content. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do today for that viral content. Maybe Norris gets nervous. You know, I was at Samsung yesterday. I was doing a event for Samsung, sim racing event in London, which was really cool. P1 on the leaderboard. I wasn't allowed to win because I was doing the event. But then I invite Nathan Maxman down. He gets P1, walks away with a big Samsung G9 240Hz monitor. So there'll be a little video coming out and cool stuff. But anyway, I was chatting with loads of people. It was cool to see loads of people coming up and taking selfies, etc., which is always awesome. And a lot of people saying that Lando's going to bottle it. I don't see it, but a lot of people saying it. Martin, always the best stream available. When we are available, we are the best stream available. That's how we roll. Red Bull's nervous. Well, why would Red Bull be nervous? Are you nervous for Sonoda? Are you nervous for Sonoda? Fanatics hoping it's going to be a good race. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a very exciting qualifying. I am very excited. I heard FIA is bringing back Michael Massino. There was some posts I was doing on social media. I was doing some cheeky posts on social media. Special guest referee Michael Massey. Lahai, the only thing that could win Max Championship is if Lando crumbles under pressure to clear. That's exactly. So I think Max has to be playing mind games because you have to get at Lando a little bit. It depends how deep you want to go with that. But I think the little impeding in qualifying, Max seeming super relaxed. You know, these are all part of it. Welcome, Winfred. Oh, thanks, Chai. Let me pin that. Let me pin that. We are an award-nominated stream, everyone. That's the thing, though, Lahai. Norris should be fully fine if he aims for P2. You can't do that in racing. You can't. It's not. You start second-guessing yourself. You end up like Rory McIlroy on the back nine. You just can't. Because you got to drive with your subconscious. If you actively tell yourself to drive different ways, it's not going to work. Manic, I think Lando may be taken out. I'm a big McLaren fan, but got a feeling. Oh, what's giving you that feeling? Has anyone been dreaming about it? Anyone had some bad dreams? As Arvin Lindblad smashes a champagne on the F2 sprint podium. We are going to be going to qualifying. How's everyone doing, by the way? Is everyone excited for this weekend? Are we happy that we've got a F1 championship going down to the wire? Is anyone watching Formula E? Formula E free practice yesterday was cancelled. I've never ever seen that. I've never seen it. I'm not sure when Formula E qualifying. What time is it in Brazil? Formula E qualifying is probably on. Like, does Formula E qualifying clash with Formula 1 qualifying? Because that would be insane. Can't remember how many hours Brazil. Brazil's not that many hours behind, I think. UK. Charles Leclerc up there in P8, but it's the Hasses that are quite interesting because Behrman has been waxing lyrical about his car. However, I think the Hasses being high is good news for Norris. So I think it's more likely that other cars may get stuck behind the Hasses, and then that may mean that Lando can get a free a pit stop gap. It's 10:11 in Brazil. See, Formula E, they do the whole round in one day. It's all done today. They go all the way to Brazil and do one round. So I reckon qualifying is probably about to start Formula E. So I do wonder what will happen if McLaren tries to give team orders, whether either of them will actually do it. Yeah, we'll see. They've been saying that they haven't been speaking about it. Of course they've been speaking about it. What's this nonsense? We haven't spoken about the permutations. If they haven't spoken about it, then that's terrible. Because these situations are going to happen. Jackow saying Norris has the team orders advantage. I think Norris just has a massive advantage this weekend. I think Kimi having that oversteer, it's been huge for this weekend. Because I think it basically takes Oscar out of the picture, unless Lando gets taken out. One of the most likely outcomes is arguably that Max and Lando come together like Austria last year, and then Oscar is odds-on favourite. There we go. Everyone, let's hit the like button. Let's get up to 50 likes. Join the Discord as well if you want to. I think there's about 5,000 people in there. And qualifying, we're going to be following qualifying all the way. Q1, Q2, Q3. Will there be any penalties? Any grid penalties? Imagine if there's some grid penalties for impeding. Imagine if Max gets impeded by Lando and Lando gets a grid penalty. If Lando gets a P5 grid penalty, he can't start higher than P5. And then what do you do with Oscar? Do you tell Oscar to kind of slow down Max, or does Oscar check out? What a situation it would be if Oscar checks out, Max is in P2, and Lando's in P5, but Lando would very quickly go up to P3, I think. Unless Lando's going to fight, unless Lando ends up behind the Mercedes. If Lando ends up behind both Mercedes, then it's going to be very intriguing, and I'm going to be posting more scenarios overnight, because I've been enjoying my scenarios. 1 million views on one of my scenarios on Instagram. Has anyone seen that on Instagram? It's been lighting up Instagram. The Instagram servers have been on fire trying to cope with the sheer traffic I'm generating. With the noise. Now, hi, Piastri should follow team orders if asked to swap with P3 and P4. He has an excuse to lose the championships to Norris. He doesn't have one to lose titles to Max. Chai, did it popped up on your For You as a post? Because I don't understand Instagram at all. I'm the world's worst Instagrammer. Max in P1, Lando no time. Then a crash happens. It's red flag. Is that what you're predicting? Is that what you're predicting? Oh, Lando. The most let's see what if Lando needs to get P1 in quali. If Lando gets P1 in quali, he sends out a big signal. Okay, he sends out a big signal. Amy says the weather is nice in Abu Dhabi. I hope not in England. Hatch says Lamau. Kireth yesterday. I don't know how it actually popped up. Very nice. I'll be doing some more of those. 100%. So yeah, so I've been coming up with some interesting scenarios. One is if Oscar has a choice between split second trying to avoid Lando or Max. A very interesting scenario, chat, is if Max is in P1, okay, Lando's in P4 or something with damage, and Oscar's in P5 and is looking quick. He's on fresh tires. Do they ask that at that stage Max is winning the championship? Do they ask Oscar to? Sorry, do they ask Lando to let Oscar by because Oscar can try and get P1? And in that situation, if Oscar gets P1 and Lando stays there, Oscar wins it for Lando. But if Lando loses another position, then Oscar wins. I thought that was really fascinating. Snowder has never gotten out qualified in Abu Dhabi by a teammate. What a great stat that is. Maybe Sonoda just loves Yas Marina. Red Bull says it's raining. What, in Abu Dhabi? There were rain clouds around last night in the general vicinity. I don't know what's up. The drivers sneering at each other. They all do it on the radio. They all pretend to like each other for the cameras, but then they all think they're they all think they're the fastest. Oscar deserves all the points whether Lando wins or not. No rules, baby.
Keep your head down.
Get the weather radar up. I'm not even sure I have it on this one. Since I redid everything to make it actually run smooth. Oh, I do. I've got something called rain. I've got something called rain, but that... Where in the world is that? Okay, who's good at GeoGuessr? Where in the world is that? There is some rain at the bottom. I have literally no idea where that is. I have no idea. It's raining in Wales. Yeah, but who can guess? Who can guess where that is? Who's the first person to guess where it is? Where is that? Where is that? It's so hard with the scale. Is it Montreal? Is it Montreal? I'm going to sound really stupid. Is it Montreal? Could it be Montreal? Melbourne? No. Oh, is it Melbourne? Oh, it is Melbourne. Well, I was close, right? Montreal and Melbourne, not too far away. Melbourne, there we go. All right, let me try and get Abu Dhabi then. 1 second. Let me try and get... Oh my goodness, there is a lot of weather. Oh. See, it's on the other side of Saudi Arabia. Here's Abu Dhabi. Yeah, there's basically nothing in Abu Dhabi. Let me get you Abu Dhabi up here, everyone. That's Abu Dhabi. Not so wet there. Not so wet. Lando Norris was arriving at the track as you'd expect to drive the car. Honest take on the Zach Brown Oscar Piastri post-race hug. Do you think stuff will come out after this? Do you think if Oscar doesn't win, he's gonna speak about stuff? He's gonna say, "Look, this season, you know, I'm just saying strange things were happening with the car." Do you think he'll say that? Oscar was signing some stuff on the way in. That hug legit looks AI generated. What's this about the hug? Chat, explain the hug to me. Explain the hug situation. Someone describe the hug. You talking post-race hug in Qatar? Welcome Julius Caesar in the house. Chat, can everyone welcome Julius Caesar? We are big in Rome, as they say. Julius Caesar, what do you make of that hug as someone who was hugged and then stabbed famously in March? What's your take on it? It felt like an uncomfortable hug. Is it a hug where the person being hugged didn't want to be hugged? It was a creepy hug. Damn it, I've got to search this up now. Is it an image? Oscar Piastri Zach Brown hug. Oh, I've got some stills of it. I've got some stills. Looks like Oscar doesn't really want to be there. Looks like he doesn't really want to be there. Yes, it was a hug where only one party wanted the hug. Oscar didn't seem to reciprocate. Oh, my headphone's gone. Oscar was dying afterwards. So we've got to do a pit stop here on the headset. Abu Dhabi qualifying. work. Going to be plenty of F1 meme shorts from myself as well, me and the editor. We are back. So if you like the F1 meme shorts we've done previously, they're going to be hitting the airwaves, hitting your socials. So Lando Norris becomes a world champion if he's on the podium. If Oscar wins the race, it's irrelevant where Max finishes, but he's got to beat Lando by 17 points. That would have been 15 points if Kimi hadn't had that oversteer moment in Qatar. It reminded you of the talk between Voldemort and Draco. I haven't seen the last Harry Potter movie. Honestly, I remember being young for the first Harry Potter movies, and by the end, I think I'd actually grown out of Harry Potter. I think it just there was too many movies, and the last ones were like, yeah, part 4. Like, what? It just seemed like a drag. First movies, though, classics. Classic movies. I can't wait to watch those movies with my daughter. I just think that's going to be awesome. How awesome is that going to be? That's going to be such a cool moment. Ah, come on, you headset battery. Charge. You can't grow out of Harry Potter, I did. You literally can. Absav saying chance of rain 0%. Imagine being the rain guy for this race. Like, oh yes, it's charging. We're good. We're gonna have to swap them. They're gonna have to charge. We're gonna have to, like... Hopefully it charges quicker than it discharges. You got a feeling Ocon's gonna mess things up. We will see. We haven't seen a major bottle Lando for a while. Yeah, well, I don't think Lando's going to bottle it. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's going to bottle it. 1 second. Let me get rid of this rain. There we go. Oh, let's definitely try and hit 126,000 subscribers today. That would be awesome, everyone. That would be amazing. Buchel's got the hug there. Yeah, Max looks so chilled out, I have to say. With that number 1 on the hat. So is Lando going to put number 1 on the hat if he wins? What do we think? Max will go back to 33. I can't believe Max is almost a 5-time world champion. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Like, I remember when Max had no championships. Next season is going to be Max's 10th season in Formula 1, isn't it? How are things for turn 1 in this track? Have there been lots of crashes? Not really, because you can just run wide on turn 1. The thing is, if you run wide on turn 1, you have to rejoin, and you can lose a lot of positions rejoining. So I'm guessing first place is on the inside. I don't know why they keep putting first place on the outside. It's kind of a bit mad. But if first place is on the inside, I could totally see the guy in P3 just following P1, squeezing the dude in P2 out, so P2 ends up running wide, and then you lose a couple more positions. I could totally see that. I think the start is going to be fascinating, because maybe Lando feels like he really can't afford to have any contact, so he ends up driving, like, super cautiously. That could be a permutation. Hatra says Odnal versus Raxo. I don't know what that means. What are we going to hear from Lando if he wins a championship on the radio? I think it'll be a massive release from Lando, because I feel Lando's had to lock in. Lando's changed, I think, the way he's approached Formula 1. I think he's doing a bit less off-track stuff, it seems, from what I'm hearing from people who work with him. He's focusing more. He's really locked down on track. Formula J's been running on Yas. Stick to a high gear on first turn. Logarithmic says also, can I say pit stops? I think it'll be... Well, it's probably going to be a one-stopper, isn't it? It's probably going to be a medium hard one-stopper. It'll be a medium hard one-stopper with some people lower down starting on the hards in case there's a safety car. I don't see any way it's a two-stopper unless you have safety car coming out. It'll be done with the old botnet on the outside. So yeah, someone could try and just commit to going all the way around the outside early on and shooting past. Is Hulk the only one on medium time Q1? That's FP3. That's FP3 there. Remember remember Lando got a bit ratty at George in a post-qualifying press conference last time around. Welcome Logan Andrews, by the way. Big Logan in the house. Chai coming in. Kireth, most drivers have 1 to 2 sets of new medium hards with loads of softs. So running softs in quali is not going to be a problem. Remember in 2021, Max started the race on softs. Man, Max was on pole in 2021. Lest we forget. It's interesting though, George is kind of irritating everyone. George has really irritated Max. Now he's clearly irritated Lando. Is George Russell just generally being a bit irritating? Are other drivers getting tired of George? The F1 prefect. So yeah, we were meant to be in Abu Dhabi this weekend. Doing the watch along, but these things, you know, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Is what it is. We keep going, we keep rolling. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Oh, correction coming in. Everyone had 6 sets. Okay, so Lance Stroll's got more softs available. Surely you can't burn through that many softs. Yeah, last race for DRS. Does anyone not know this? Last race for DRS. We're going push to pass next season, aren't we? So last race for DRS. I mean, given DRS, I think, has been the most defining feature of these regulations, I would say it is DRS. I mean, without DRS, some of these races are so different. Without DRS, you'd have massive, massive, massive gaps at the top. But DRS is going. There's going to be push to pass, I believe, like IndyCar, isn't it? Who will be the last guy to press DRS? It'll be the last person in a train, won't they? Wonder how George will spice things up. Let's see. I think George would love to be centre of attention here. I get the feeling he'd love to be centre of attention. The McLarens are being prepared as we speak. 30 minutes to go. 30-minute warning, everyone. 30-minute warning. They're measuring stuff on the McLaren with old school tape. Bickle says Hamilton, let's go. Should be Jensen. Yeah, just sub in Jensen. Get old JB on the case. Abu Dhabi 2025 now. Yuki to pass Lando on the final lap will be the last person to press. Imagine that the last person to press DRS somehow is for the lead. That won't happen though. Andre Stella's in the house. Almost runs into a shake, it seems. I'm not sure Isaac Hadjar's going to be there or thereabouts. We will see. I don't see how Isaac's going to get quite that far up. Lahai says a man's delusion will never die. Well, who are people backing for pole today? Who are you backing? Let me know in chat. Who are you backing for pole position? Who's going to get on pole? Did I hear Hamilton crashed due to leaving DRS open two-line FP? I'm not sure what the cause of that crash was. I mean, obviously that Ferrari hasn't been easy to drive this season. You know what was interesting? There were a lot of footballers and there were a lot of celebrities at Qatar who hosted the last World Cup at the Qatar GP. It looks like they all flew to America for the World Cup thing. It seems just like a little bit cliquey. I don't know, it just seems like, I don't think anyone's noticed it or speaking about it. But it's almost like these events that were once like democratic now seem to be very tightly controlled. But it would have been good to go down to Abu Dhabi just to see what the vibe is like, where can you get into, etc. Kept playing Kireth's Max Verstappen video. Which one's that? As a Dutchie, I hope it's Max, but I genuinely hope for an instant free qualification. We'll see what happens here. Maybe traffic could come into it in Q1. Maybe track limits as well. Not track limits, not as much as Qatar, I'd say. But could be some track limits. It's just like this, like it's like a global, like elitist clique, kind of seems. George Russell topping the standings in FP3. Will he also top in qualifying? We will see very soon. Having a look at George Russell's car. The car looks good. Some people were saying that Mercedes was going to be quick in Abu Dhabi. The Ferraris, though, you can see Hamilton was on a flying lap and then binned it. Robert Perkle saying super smooth track will favour McLaren, but I'm rooting for Max. We'll see. We will see. I mean, it's interesting that the Ferrari engined Hasses that are going to be Toyotas next season. Toyota are back in Formula 1. I'm not even sure they're going to be called Haas anymore. I think they're straight up going to be Toyota GR. That means you're going to have Toyota in WEC, Toyota in WRC, Toyota in Formula 1. Could we see Toyota therefore come to Formula E and then they're basically in everything? I think they unveiled or Lexus, but I think it's the same company, isn't it? Unveiled the LFA yesterday as well. You saw that Set 3 was particularly problematic for Verstappen, but the straights were his faster spots. Sharks placed your vote. Thank you very much, Shark. Appreciate it. So Toyota back in. Toyota's going to be in. Audi's going to be in. Cadillac's going to be in. Mercedes is in. Ferrari's in. Ford's is going to be in. So basically all of the big conglomerates in racing are in top-level motorsport. It's a healthy moment for motorsport. Even though Porsche lost $1 billion, dropped out of WEC, they're still in IMSA. Still, they're going to be 2 manufacturer teams in Formula E Gen 4, which is unheard of. They must have just known that the marginal cost of running an extra team is not that high with the budget caps. I'll be really interested. I thought I'll ask them, what is the marginal cost? When do you think Guan Yu Zhou is going to make his F1 comeback? I don't know. They announced they'll replace the Lexus GT3 car with a new one. Okay. So yeah, healthy times. Healthy times. Right, chat, let's do a nations check. 24 minutes to go. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. While you're down there as well, hit the like button because we want to be getting to that 50 likes. Is it case sensitive or not? It's not case sensitive. Let us know. Here we go. Chai watching from Netherlands. Martin, Netherlands. Are we going to get Netherlands hat-trick? Is it going to be a hat-trick for the Netherlands? Type your country in the chat, everyone. Put your country in. Who's it going to be? West Georgia, USA. Formula USA. Manic, Wales. Boom guy from Sri Lanka. Put your country in the chat, everyone. There we go. Lahai, Netherlands. Lahai, you could have got the hat-trick there. Could have got the bonus points for the Netherlands. Apstat from Netherlands as well. Michael watching from Malaysia, but I am from Germany. Vlak is just dropping in for a few minutes. Just checking the stream is going smoothly. I think the stream's going smoothly. Buka watching from Malaysia. Blacker from Croatia. Shark UK in Leicester. Wow, there's so many adverts. There's so many adverts for Samsung. Fingers crossed we'll be doing a lot more stuff with Samsung now. That'd be pretty cool. Could even do a watch along from Samsung HQ. Be awesome. Hazy watching from Liverpool. Welcome along. I just find a lot of these adverts very depressing from massive companies that I don't understand what they do. Like Cognizant. Like Amazon. Samsung could afford an F1 team. When I was in Le Mans a little while ago, Samsung was sponsoring a GP Explorer team. The Subway was sponsoring a team. The best merchandise I've ever seen was the Subway racing top. It was so good. It's as good as you think it would be, like a Subway top. Do people watch a lot of movies over Christmas? I just feel like Christmas is. I don't understand why you watch movies over Christmas. Like Christmas, people are coming together. Like surely it's more vibey to chat about what everyone's been up to than sitting and watching a movie. I genuinely don't get watching movies at Christmas. I don't know if this is weird or something, but like, and I don't really watch movies anyway, but I don't get why it's such a big deal to watch movies at Christmas. Like you bring people together. Why not chat and cook and play games and, you know, be more present than like watching a movie? That probably an unpopular opinion. Yeah, I know it's a tradition, but it's like, isn't it a tradition in Japan to have KFC at Christmas? Like, I don't. It feels like there was just a big Sky advert for a load of movies. I'm like, what a waste of Christmas if you just watch all those movies on Sky. Like you're just wasting it, in my opinion. But that's probably a really unconventional opinion, and I'm someone, I don't watch TV or movies anyway. I have Sky to watch Formula 1, but I literally never ever watch Sky otherwise. I watch them on my own. I'm watching original Xmas Carol black and white right now. Right now. That is the OG movie though, to be fair. I feel like it's pushed by the TV networks. There's something else specific about it. It's like it's watching movies that are like have come out in the cinema. They're not like, it's not new stuff. Like watching new TV, I could get like Christmas specials or something. But it's like watching movies that are on Netflix or whatever, like at Christmas, that I'm not. I don't. I'm just so out of sync with it. I'm so out of sync. We Dutchies are grilling on a miniature grill for dinner a lot. I didn't know that. I've never had Christmas in the Netherlands. Manic just had a Subway. Manic, what's your Subway order? Put your Subway order in the chat and we'll rate it. 19 minutes to go, by the way. Put that Subway order in the chat. Let's assess. Let's see how good your Subway order is. Big pressure now, by the way. Big pressure. Bet you weren't expecting that. Hamilton's all the way down there. Snowder's down there. What can is Hamilton going to get out of Q1? Hazy, I think Christmas is over commercialized nowadays. All about making money. It's like let's say I was going to spend all Christmas playing computer games. It would just be a waste. I could do that any other time of year. Oh, Zona! Thank you very much. Zona, thank you very much for the $5. Been watching your G7 videos for a while now. This is my first F1 live stream. Thank you. Thank you so much, Zona. Zona, please can we get some claps in chat for Zona for the $5 donation? Can we clap that up, everyone? Can we clap it up? Look at that. from the GT7 to the F1, all on the same channel, which YouTube constantly tell me, say, why do you do this? Why do you stream Formula 1 on the same channel as sim racing? I say, because I just like hanging out with the same people. Like, but it makes no sense. And I'm like, but it makes all the sense. Flacker, it made sense when winters were cold and kids had to be home before dark. Maybe. Tuna melt and salad and Italian bread. To be fair, I actually like, I like foot-long tuna, hearty Italian, olives, lettuce, sometimes chilies in the tuna. My mouth is tingling now. I do like a good Subway. Chat, can we rate that order, please? Tuna, salad, and Italian bread, pretty boring. Michael saying classic teriyaki. I never have the teriyaki chicken. I feel like the teriyaki chicken has just been there, sitting there for ages. Yeah, I have it on the herbs and cheese. But thank you very much, Shona. Glad you've been enjoying the G7 videos. Welcome to F1. Definitely stay here for today and also tomorrow. Kireth, new info. Big fine for Sonoda due to being in the way of Norris. He was not properly informed. A 10k fine. So that's the second time that a Red Bull has been impeding Lando. Is Lando going to start to second guess things? Big breakfast and a Dr. Pepper. Is that big breakfast? What's in that? Is that egg, bacon, sausage? We're all brilliant here. Welcome Tina as well. Great to see all the claps coming out for the donation as well. Celebrating it.
Keep trying.
This channel, this community is all about the community. Like, we're not some like industry plant. You know, you've seen this since day one, so it's really, really, really cool. It's really cool the fact all this is possible. Got to give credit to YouTube for just making it possible as well as a platform. Yuki on his final assignment. What is that final assignment? Desmond saying Red Bull has to pay. Well, let's see. I've never been to Subway. Why have you never been to Subway? To be fair, it is expensive now. Lizzie says most stressful qualify ever. Who are you supporting, Lizzie? Who are you supporting? Let me guess. Lando Norris fan? Because if so, then yes, it's going to be stressful. 10k, guys. What car would you buy for it? Peugeot RTZ. You might be able to get the RZR for that one. 276 brake horsepower, 1.6 engine. Get the GT line with the up-rated front suspension and the interior as well. Easy answer. Chai, my town had a Subway for 6 months. I never saw people there. Interesting. Well, Subway's a franchise, so I think it can vary. Take out the McLarens. Well, how is he going to take out the McLarens for P20, though? He's got to step it up. $10,000 car, everyone. I want to see your suggestions in the chat for $10,000. Braulio says Norris pole position. Lizzie says no Ferrari and Max fan. But in McLaren, I like Lando over Oscar. Hang on, how does that work? Ferrari and Max fan. So basically, you want to see Max join the Scuderia. What a result that would be. Lahai, my local town is only McDonald's, and my parents hate every form of fast food, probably because they can actually cook. So they make McDonald's at home. Another fine coming in from China. Another 10k fine for Mercedes because of Antonelli while driving up pit lane into Tsunoda. Well, Tsunoda's involved in everything here. Is Tsunoda going to be a big old protagonist this weekend? 14 minutes to go till the start of qualifying, by the way. 14 minutes. Get a good Yaris for 10k. Not the GR, though. Lizzie ID, basically, I support a Ferrari, but if anyone else was to win, I'd rather it be Max. Get a Skoda. Get the Skoda, what's it? Octavia VRS. People really like the VRS. Captain Howdy feels bad for Lewis.
Keep your head down.
Yeah, that big old spin from Lewis in FP3. Not the one you want. Not the one you want. Okay, let me get ready, everyone, for qualifying. Because we are basically there, everyone. We are basically there. Right. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Chat, who wants to get the show on the road? Write yes in the chat if you want show to hit the road here. Bosh. Bosh, everyone. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yes, Michael. Black says yes. Liz says yes. Lahaya says yes. Now, the qualifying hasn't started yet. You are just in time. I suggest you put up a poll survey. Let's do it. Why not? It's a community stream. Let's do the poll. Screw it. Engage with your audience, it says. Start a poll. Let your viewers weigh in. Who will get pole position? I'm not going to let you know who I'm putting in until the poll goes live. Until that poll goes live. There we go. Poll is up. Poll is up. We'll do a goal as well. I'm using all of the features. Between Premier League and F1, I've had to become an early riser. Well, it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm guessing you're in the States. Zona. #1 badge there. Lahai, one of those for sure. Well, let's see. Verstappen leading. Verstappen leading the standings. Let's get this live on Formula Fan TV as well. Let's go on Formula Fan TV. Let's do all of it. Let's do all of it. We're just going absolutely bananas here. We're just going absolutely bananas. As they say at the football, let's go. I don't think I can say that actually. You can't say many things that they say at the football. To be fair. California. There's no there's no California GP. You have to go to Vegas. Right, everyone. We are just everywhere now. We're also vertical on Formula Fan TV. I'm just super hyped for this. I thought I'd risk it. Ill-advised complications, but you know what? I'm hyped for this. Everyone knows what's at stake here. Everyone knows what's at stake. Ooh, let's go. I feel like cracking open the Pironi 0.0. Who is gonna... Maybe George Russell. Maybe George Russell is gonna get on the old WhatsApp and say, the car's feeling amazing here. Maybe the F1 wheel should just do the stream. Maybe I just become replaced by the F. In fact, if I put it like this, the F1 wheel's going to overtake the stream or take control. More brains in this thing. Max's car is in pieces. Why is Max's car in pieces? Why is that happening? Why is Max's car in pieces? That seems unusual. We actually were not live on Formula Fan TV because I was unlisted. Which is unusual, but now we are. Is that the Leox? No, that's the SimLab Mercedes Formula 1 wheel. Current temperature at track, 25 degree, track 29. Isn't that much higher than we had for Qatar? Wasn't Qatar much colder than that? If I remember. Lahai saying Lando is comfortable with this track. Imagine Hamilton gets P1 in GP, never happening, but that would be unbelievable scenes. If that was to happen, that would be a madness. That would be insane. One other thing about you can't be replaced. Maybe the wheel can do it. Maybe the wheel can do it, you know? There are just 6 minutes to go, by the way. 6 minutes. Welcome, Fadowski. Did they change engine on Max's car again? Well, I think didn't they get from Brazil? They got a massive boost from Brazil, right? A massive boost. A big old Brazilian boost. Ferrari being WDC is unheard of. Not really. It will happen again, I'm sure. I mean, the existential problem for Formula 1 is that if Ferrari threaten to pull out, Formula 1 will have to do something, because Ferrari in Formula 1 separates Formula 1 from a lot of other stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Lando. I think the Mercedes might be the ones to watch here. I think the Mercedes might be the ones to watch. I thought that might happen in Qatar, but I thought it would be George Russell. But in the end, it was Kimi Antonelli. But you got to remember, Kimi had a cheap pit stop, and still was overtaken by Lando. But safety cars here. Safety cars can happen. That last sector is pretty tight. If someone tries to overtake or do something insane in that last sector, it can definitely happen. So we will see. Five minutes to go, everyone, for qualifying. So we can have Q1, Q2, Q3. Lahai is tired of the Yuki memes. I think it's pretty devastating for Yuki, to be honest. It's pretty devastating for Yuki, and I think Red Bull messed it up, because I think Yuki should have been in that car at the beginning of the season. So Yuki had to step into a car. I mean, he should have been preparing to step into his car always, but I don't know what they gained by having Lawson in at the beginning. What about Alfonso? I saw a stat that a few years ago Alfonso was 4th in the championship with 200 points. Look how far Aston Martin have fallen, but can Adrian Newey, now team principal Adrian Newey, can he bring them back to glory? Aston Martin have an Adrian Newey-shaped ace up their sleeve. New info coming in. Verstappen using the newest engine, the engine used in Brazil. That could be big. Maybe they can turn that up to 11. Stereotypes not racist. Stereotypes can be racist, I think. I don't think we need to, like, try them out, but I think as a concept they definitely can be. First message, did you say Alonso said of Alfonso? Definitely not. Welcome, Hooked on Classics. Yeah, not too bad. Getting ready here. Getting ready for qualifying. 3 minutes to go. We're going to start with Q1. Does anyone want an explanation of how qualifying works in Formula 1 for this last race of the season? Lizzie says, what if Alfonso got P1 in quali? Well, that would be insanity, but it could happen. Polly doesn't know any references here. Do you want an explainer? Anyone wants an explainer? I can give the explainer. Track temp 29 degrees, which is quite cold for track temp generally. Unfortunately, there has been a lot of stereotyping. I don't think it's been a great season for Formula 1 on social media. From the stuff at the beginning with Doohan and Colapinto, to Sonoda. Welcome Simba in Shorts chat. Good to see. Hooked on saying Alfonso Pol is wishful thinking. Lizzie, Alfonso P1, Hamilton P2, and Sonoda P3. That would be the most... I don't know what's going to happen in the next hour, but that's going to be front page news. Front page news. 2 minutes to go, everyone. Lando Norris is in the car. Looks like Clear Vise is in. Lando Norris is in the car. Max is in the car watching a video of himself. Oscar is in his car. Polly says, I feel like someone will crumble under pressure. Put your top 3 predictions in right now. Put your top 3 predictions in the chat. George Russell in the car. No Mr. B sticker on. Put those predictions in. Martin, Verstappen, Russell, Piastri. Some last second measuring going on Hamilton's car. They want to measure everything's intact. Put your top 3 in the chat. Lahai, Yuki, Max, Lando. I want to see how many times Russell's going to appear in these. How many times is Russell going to appear? Qualifying starts in 1 minute, everyone. In fact, you can see cars making their way to the exit of the pit lane. They don't want to hang around. Lizzie, Verstappen, Russell, Antonelli, Keegan, Max, Russell, Kimi, Zona, Max, Russell, Lando. Welcome, Kireth. Polly saying Lando, Verstappen, Russell. Manic Science, Oscar, Max. Ibrahim says, I think Oscar will not do well. Well, let's find out, Ibrahim. Let's see. Because qualifying has started now. Gasly, the first driver. This is it. The final qualifying of the Formula 1 2025 season. The final qualifying with these regulations, with these cars, with DRS. Welcome, Mike Schmidt. Good to see you. Zach saying Max, Russell, Norris. Colapinto out on circuit as well. Then Lawson. Hamilton, Lance Stroll. Going out 18 minutes we got here for qualifying. Remember, there's the unusual pit lane. There's been speculation. What could happen if the pit lane becomes blocked? We all remember Michael Schumacher at Raskas. You could have a Raskas in the Middle East here. What if Yuki Tsunoda was to block the pit lane? Akab saying Hamilton on fire. Lizzie's going to miss DRS. Martin saying let's go. Zach, Max, Russell, Norris. What if the pit lane becomes blocked? We've already seen Tsunoda get a £10,000 fine, or dollar fine, I presume, or euros. Some currency. Golden saying Max, Science, Oscar. Okay, so Gasly is going to be our first driver to set a lap time here. It's going to be Gasly first, everyone. Gasly first. Let me move up our little image here. Or we can put our little image there. What do we think? Shall we do that? Remember, stewards are back from 2021. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's not Michael Massey. Michael Massey is not the guest referee. In general, I'm curious how things are going to change next year. All those ranking at the top. So it could be all changed next season. I think it's going to be very engine dependent. So we'll see who brings the big engine. But it's Pierre Gasly right now who is going to be setting the first meaningful lap time of this qualifying session. So Pierre Gasly is leading the train. Let's see. Presumably there was DRS on for Gasly down there. And this interesting 10, 11, 12 triple right-hander technical section here. And then going under the hotel through 14. That's where Latifi binned it, battling with Mick Schumacher 4 years ago. And Gasly's going to go over the line. 124.7, good shout there. We can move that. I like that. I like the idea of that. Let's do that. Look at this. Look at this setup today, everyone. Great scenes. Alfonso Dominus will not bore fans. Okay, so Hamilton goes a 124 dead on the medium tyre, interestingly. What about Lance Stroll? Stroll goes faster on the softs, 23.7. Why is Hamilton on the mediums? Why are Hamilton and Gasly on the mediums there? Leclerc on the mediums also. What are they hoping to achieve being on the mediums? Hooked on wants Alfonso to win in 2026. Yeah, Ibrahim spotting it. Why are people bothering on the mediums? I think mediums would be hot currency tomorrow. Especially if they're safety cars. But there we go. Hulkenberg and Bortoletto in the stakes to go faster, 23.4. I think these times are faster than what we've seen a lot of these people do in free practice. So there could have been a lot of sandbagging as Alfonso, Lando Norris, Lawson, Ocon, Piastri and Oliver Behrman out of the pit. Verstappen is also on circuit behind Pierre Gasly. And both Mercedes will be leaving the pit lane also. That means all drivers are going to be on circuit at the moment. It's going to be the busiest track it's going to be. Thanks, Vladka. Yeah, Martin saying save your mediums. I don't think people need to save softs. And I don't think Hamilton's going to get through on that lap time. I don't think Hamilton's going to get through on that lap time at all. I wonder if you're going to need to do a 22 to get into Q2 here. I think you might need to do a 22. Look at Verstappen going super slowly to make sure that he's got the track position. And Tsunoda acting as a wingman. Colapinto and Gasly pop in. So Verstappen's going to come out. But look at Russell and look at Russell and Antonelli staying on the pit exit here, waiting for Verstappen to go past, not wanting to getting any impedance. Colapinto's lap time was Litas. There we go. Antonelli's going to come out though ahead of Tsunoda. So Antonelli's got to be careful that he's not going to hold up Tsunoda. From a Red Bull perspective, they don't want Antonelli to get a penalty here. Red Bull need Antonelli up there. So you can see the traffic is going to be absolutely crazy here. 12 minutes to go. We are in Q1 still. Hamilton boxes after his lap. So let's see. Verstappen. Piastri lets him go. Verstappen's first sector. Where are you, Max Verstappen? 17 dead for Verstappen. Only a tenth and a bit quicker than Leclerc on the mediums, which is quite interesting there. As Lando Norris will be starting his lap also. So Lando Norris begins his fast lap. Tsunoda's also on a fast lap. 17.1 for Tsunoda. So again, it doesn't seem like a particularly electric first sector for Max Verstappen there. As the Haas is also starting their lap time. So here comes Verstappen. Let's see what lap time Max Verstappen is going to do. I don't think it's going to be sensational, but we'll see. 22... 20... No, it's definitely not sensational. 23.3. He's not even in the 22s. And Tsunoda, 23.6. Very unusual here. Isaac Hadjar. What can Hadjar do? Setting a reps in lap time. Goes P3 faster than Tsunoda. 23.6. And Piastri will start his lap time now. And Antonelli is also going to be starting a lap time. Charles Leclerc completes a lap. A very slow 23.9. And you can see the traffic here is absolutely crazy as Carlos Sainz goes over with a 23.6. And Alex Albon's on the fast lap as well. What's Albon saying? Albon goes P7, 23.7. Fernando Alonso completing a lap also. He's faster in Sector 1 than Max Verstappen. And he goes P2. Alfonso P2 is like Monaco 2023 all over again. 23.4 for Fernando Alonso there. And Lando, P3 for Lando on his fast lap. Only a 23.4 for Lando Norris. What about Piastri? Piastri's on a fast lap right now. Liam Lawson goes P4. It's very jumbled up here. It's very jumbled up, I have to say. Lance Stroll starting his lap time. Oliver Behrman goes fastest. Fastest for Behrman. 23.2. He's been feeling good all weekend. And did Piastri abort? Is Piastri going fast or is he aborted? Sasha saying Oscar pole. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what happens right now. Oscar Piastri, what have you got in you? P2 for Piastri, 23.2. 2 tenths faster than Lando Norris. First blood to Oscar there. Kimi Antonelli also. How fast would the Mercedes go? Only P8. What about Russell? Russell could go fastest. There's a bit of traffic on the last corner with Isaac Hadjar, but Russell could go fastest. Hadjar goes into the pits. Russell could go provisionally faster. He does. 23.247. It's tight at the front here. It's much tighter than I thought. Much tighter than I thought. Where did Behrman come from? He's been liking his car all weekend. Maybe Behrman is going to be a protagonist, as William Shakespeare would say, in the title race here. Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon will go into the pits. 9 minutes to go. Hamilton's on a fast lap. Will Hamilton get out of the drop zone? Where's Hamilton going to end up? P5 for Hamilton, 23.3. It's close. I'm telling you, this is much closer than I expected. This is much, much closer than I expected. Much closer. Colapintos is going to complete a lap here. Not really worth it, mate. And Alfonso goes into the pits. Norris goes into the pits. Lawson will go into the pits. Ocon will go into the pits also, I believe, as will Behrman. Oscar Piastri will also dive into the pits here. Kimi Antonelli will dive into the pits. And Russell will dive into the pits. So who's on the off strategy? I think Gasly might be on the off strategy here. So Gasly will be going around to start a lap time. And I think Hülkenberg, Bortoletto, and maybe Stroll as well. So first blood, weirdly, if qualifying was to finish like this is sensational. Russell, Behrman, Piastri, Verstappen, Hamilton, Alfonso, Norris. This would be absolutely sensational. Oh, now I don't think it will, but this is still unusual for a Q1 here. Even Hamilton in P5. Lizzie, so stressful. Difference between Behrman and Piastri is 1/1000th of a second. Is basically equivalent. It's basically equivalent, I would say. It's unbelievable. They've set the same lap time. If we only go down to hundredths of a second, they've set the same lap time. In fact, if we go down to hundredths of a second, let's be real about it, the top three have set the same lap time. When you think how long this circuit is, how far they're driving, and they've all got different cars there. Yeah, who's actually got the popcorn? Who's actually got that popcorn? Lots of lap times were deleted. Colapinto had that lap time deleted as well. In fact, I don't think Colapinto set a official lap time yet. What are you doing, Colapinto, bro? Colapinto, you've got to keep it within the white lines. Chai is saying the top 5 are within 700 seconds of each other. Zara, did qualifying end? No, qualifying has not ended yet by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to see everyone come out. What about Sonoda? Sonoda all the way down there. Look at the gaps, though. Look at some of the gaps. It is tight. It is 0.4 of a second between being P1 and getting knocked out. I think Gasly might have run wide on turn 1. Yes, he did. Gasly ran wide on turn 1. So frustrating, because you know your whole lap time's done. You may as well back off. Tando saying Hamilton will take pole. Lizzie, I give up with Ferrari, switch to Mercedes. Bit of a fair weather fan, Lizzie. Come on, you've got to stick with your team there. So our bottom 5 at the moment is Ocon, Albon, Leclerc, Gasly, Colapintos. For me, the Alpines are not looking good here. Lawson saying, mate, honestly, does he even look in his mirrors? We know Lawson's had his issues this season in qualifying with traffic. We're going to see all of the cars come out. It's going to be crazy traffic. It's going to be very hard to keep track of this, but don't worry, I'm going to help you along. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to hit the like button right now. And make sure to subscribe. And then also make sure to vote for me Creator of the Year. This is an award-winning stream. All these components here. Lizzie's Italian with 4-speed Ferrari fans, but geez. You can support RB. Golden says Forza Ferrari for life, win or lose. Okay, the cars are coming out. Interesting in the McLarens. Interesting, the McLarens are coming out here. Lando Norris and Piastri are going to be first out with a long time to go. 4 minutes 30. We normally see the cars sitting in the pits for another minute here. So the McLarens are going to shake things up. And what's the cutout could be? The cutout could be crazy here. I don't chat, but put in a chat. What do you think your cutoff's going to be? What lap time are you going to need to do to get through? I think a 23 point. I think a 23. I think you could need to do a 23.3. So I don't think I don't think Lando's safe right now, or Alfonso. So if Lando's one, for me, Lando could be one track limit away from not getting into Q2 and therefore becoming not a favourite for the championship. So we're at a moment in time right now. Everyone watching live right now is a moment in time where Lando Norris is going to be like 10 millimeters away. He's going to be 10 millimeters away from not making it through. Maybe they can go 2 times. We'll see. Adil says, who thinks it's going to get pole? I might have to say George Russell here. I might have to say George Russell. But yeah, put your cutoff times in the chat. Let's see what it's going to be. Lando's going to start his lap time here with a huge amount of traffic. Oh, and Tsunoda's going to be ahead of him. Tsunoda's going to be ahead of him here. I've got to do a quick pit stop. Tsunoda's going to be ahead of Lando. Is Liam Lawson in the sister car also going to come out? Oh my goodness, has Lawson come out of the pits there and slowed down Lando? Max Verstappen's teammate at the start of the season. How ironic that would be. And you can see that Tsunoda is ahead of Lando Norris on the road. Meanwhile, Piastri has to get past Gasly. There's a massive queue at the pit lane here. This is Verstappen's 11th season in F1. Surely next season's 11th season, but stand to be corrected. I stand to be corrected there. Verstappen's had more seasons than Formula E's had seasons, which I don't understand the maths on that one, but anyway. So let's see what Lando's going to do here for a lap time. Oh, he's got Verstappen in the last sector as well. He's got Verstappen in the last sector, and Hülkenberg isn't even out of the pits yet. Hülkenberg's going to struggle here. Hülkenberg's going to struggle to get over the line. Watch out for the stakes. As Verstappen's going to start his lap time. Lando 23.1. Lando 23.1. Lando goes provisionally fastest now. But keep an eye for Hülkenberg. I'm not sure Hülkenberg and Bortoleto are going to get around here. Let's see. It's a very messed up train. It's Piastri, 22.6 for Piastri. He's been sandbagging. Welcome, Alexandra. He's been sandbagging. Welcome, Zach, as well. Good to see you. No problem at all. Thank you for joining us here. As Piastri, 22.6. Unbelievable scenes. Hadjar up to P6. Keep an eye on that drop zone as well. Leclerc currently in the drop zone. Carlos Sainz is going to be taking a fast lap. Where's Carlos Sainz? He's close to the drop zone. 23.3 or something. 23.1 for Carlos Sainz. You're going to need to do 0.3 here at least to get out. Get out. Antonelli goes P2. 22.8 for Antonelli. Colapinto's going to be starting his lap timer here. He's just going to get a lap time in. There's going to be traffic. Some drivers are going to be compromised here by traffic. Look at Charles Leclerc on a fast lap. He might have a bit of traffic to deal with, as Russell is just going to start his lap now. Is Hülkenberg going to get around? I think so. But Hülkenberg, Bortoleto and Behrman, they're all too close together. They've got to sort themselves out here. It's a mess in the last sector. I'm telling you, it's a mess. And Leclerc goes 23.1. Meanwhile, Hamilton just starts his lap now. Behrman starts his lap. Bortoleto starts his lap. Is Hülkenberg going to get over the line? Hülkenberg gets over the line with seconds to spare. So everyone is over their lap time here. Over the start-finish line, I should say. As Liam Lawson's going to finish his lap time. He goes P9 with a 23.2. The cutoff already is a 23.4. Gasly is going to finish his lap time. Will he go out of the drop zone for Gasly? Or just about 23.4 for Gasly. I don't think that's quite going to cut it. Lance Stroll, where are you? Lance Stroll, 23.3. Well out of the cutoff at the moment. As Alfonso needs a fast lap. 16.9. That's an incredibly fast first sector for Alfonso. He shoots all the way up into P4. A 16.9 first sector. That's very quick indeed. As Hadjar boxes. Hadjar aborts. Hadjar aborts. Did he think he's safe? Or did he make a mistake? Did he hit traffic? As Alex Albon is going to box as well. Albon's in the cutoff zone here. Maybe they think they're safe. It's 2 state cars and Ocon they've got to watch out for. 2 state cars and Ocon goes through. Albon's out. So Ocon into P12. Albon gets knocked out. Even though Carlos Sainz again is up there in P7. Antonelli's through as well. Hamilton's in the cutoff here. Who can knock out Hamilton? It could be the stakes. Well, Bortoleto, he does. Bortoleto knocks out Hamilton. And what about Hülkenberg? Tsunoda barely makes it through. Hamilton out again in Q1. It's a shambles for Hamilton. How are you getting knocked out in a Ferrari? Goodness me. When Charles Leclerc is 23.1, he's right up there. Lewis Hamilton gets knocked out. Chai noting a lot of drivers going wide in the last corner, playing fast and loose. Adil says, there's no way man like Piastri going to win the championship. Man like Piastri could win the championship, my friend. Okay, so Tsunoda just makes it through. We'll see if there's any track limit warnings and penalties going on. But it's Hamilton knocked out on P16, Albon P17, Hülkenberg P18, Gasly P19, Colapinto P20. Those are our drivers getting knocked out of qualifying. Disaster for Hamilton. But Tsunoda lives to fight another day. Scrapes through. And it was a 22.3 that you needed to get through. I called it here. I'm not from the future, or am I? But it was indeed a 22.3 you needed. In fact, well, Hamilton had it was faster than 22.3. It was a 23.3.86. Welcome Aziz, welcome Willie Oosthuizen as well. Lahaya, Tsunoda giving you a heart attack with last sector. Let's do a nation check, everyone. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Jojo saying Piastri can win. Put your country in the chat, everyone. I want to see flags going. Let us know where you're watching from today. Let's see. Lahaya watching from the Netherlands. Chaya from the Netherlands as well. Martin from the Netherlands. Mike from USA. Zach from Mississippi, USA. Dan from South Africa. H-Boss from Nigeria. Fleekisi from UK. Prem from USA. SG from South Africa. Hooked On from USA. Braulio from Kuwait. TJ Netherlands. Alexandra from France. Tanis from India. B4U from North Korea. Nishan India, Absent Netherlands, Zentil USA, Nonchalant Australia, Dart Devil from India as well, Safaj from UK, Jan from Czech Republic, Han from India, Angry from India, Tanuj India, Tarts in Colorado, Akil Sri Lanka, Nicholas Thailand, Kids Ohio, Fleekasi met me yesterday. Chat, we were at Samsung yesterday, we were doing some stuff with Samsung and sim racing. So if you want to see some more stuff with Samsung, definitely make sure you're following. Lienka from Netherlands, Dark Devil India, Igil from Senegal, Willie Oosthuizen from South Africa, Duncan from New Zealand. Jojo France. Mills from England. Real ADM New York. McLaren Netherlands. B4U is now crossed the border. B4U is in the demilitarized zone. You're literally one leg in North Korea, one leg in South Korea. Igi from Dakar. Sparky from Ireland. Mokhtar from Netherlands. Nate from Slovenia. Matthew Cree watching from the International Space Station. Spaceman from Brazil. Nick's Germany. Marie from Philippines. Ibrahim from Dubai. Difference between Snowden and Hamilton, just, yeah, eight thousandths of a second. And difference between Bortoleto and Hajar, 1,000th of a second. There's basically nothing in it. Joe from Thailand. Welcome all the new subscribers as well. Nicholas Gins, Angry Prash, Rahel, and SG as well. Kat watching from Poland. Haroon from Sri Lanka. Charlie from Florida. Kiba from Uzbekistan. Bill saying Hamilton's had a stinker. Yeah, Hamilton's not had the best qualifying. Chat, we are going to be in Q2 very soon now, where we're going to lose the bottom 5. We're going to lose the bottom 5 drivers. Is there some French? Jojo says. Any French people in chat, please make yourself known. B4U's back in North Korea now. Stay safe. Hamilton definitely got a lap in. 100%. Lucas Walker from Brazil. Q2 almost underway. So let's see. Are we going to see? I could see these 5 being the drop zone, by the way. I could see that 5 being the drop zone. Anyone watching for the Philippines? Chat, it's just a couple of minutes away from Q2. If you have 30 seconds, hit the pinned link and vote for me in Autosport Creator of the Year, because with your support, I would love to be doing these watch-alongs from the races. Okay, that would be awesome. So please vote for me here, because we're the smallest creator, but if we were to win that, I could go to brands and say, let's do this from the races, and I can take you guys behind the scenes. So please do vote there. You don't need to sign up, just so you know. You click the link, you vote for your driver of the year, and you vote for me as your creator of the year, and it takes you 30 seconds. So please. Bookie, not a Stroll fan, but if I were to race against him in sim racing, he would win. I think that's probably true, yes. Husna from South Africa. Old Max supporting Alfonso. If Lando gets a podium finish, there's no chance Max gets the World Drive Championship. You're correct. Right, Q2's underway and Verstappen's out already. Verstappen's out already, everyone. Verstappen's already on circuit. If Hajar and Lawson were to swap, it would be the most typical Q3 this season. There goes Verstappen out very early. Why is Verstappen out so early? On soft tyres as well. Chaser Spade saying Verstappen. We will see. Albert saying Stroll's actually a really good driver. He's just got no real passion in competing. Maybe that could be it. Maybe he's too nice to compete. Han says what? Verstappen was lined up and waiting. Yeah, imagine Tsunoda gives him a big old slip down both straights and then pulls out before turn 9. Marie saying because he's a lion. The lion is out on track first. He's probably going to have a whole lap with no traffic as well. Bree's watching from England. Welcome, Bree. Yeah, Verstappen is basically guaranteed now to have a fully clean lap, and everyone's sat in their cars watching Verstappen. Gordon says Ferrari to start playing Rihanna. Maybe that's where Ferrari have been going wrong, honestly. I think I agree. I haven't heard as much Rihanna this year from the Ferrari garage. Could be a correlation there. Laha, I think Stroll is done with the sport. His dad invested billions in him. What dad, though? Investing billions in your son. Big Papa Stroll. Ria loves your kids and lives from the Philippines. Hello to the Philippines. Verstappen on used softs here. Stroll is a quick driver, but he seems so unmotivated. Well, maybe we'll get motivated here. We'll find out. So Verstappen on a lap here. 16.9 first sector. Very quick. Very quick for Verstappen first sector. Where is Lando Norris going to be coming out? That's the big battle. Verstappen and Lando. Two very fast drivers. Verstappen sector 2. 35.9. A 16 and a 35, first two sectors. That could be Verstappen just safely through to Q3. Let's see. Lucas Walker saying Antonelli on pole. We will see, Lucas Walker. We will see. Patience. Patience, my friend. Pixel says, Zach, I'm from MS. Massachusetts. Okay, here comes Verstappen over the line. What's it going to be? 22, 22, 22? Is it going to be 22? 22.9. 22.9, but didn't Oscar do a 22.6? Right. Lando is still sitting pretty in the pit stop. Burnt says a Max Fifth Championship would be historical. Mokhtar calling a Verstappen pole. So who else is going to set their lap times here? Well, this going to be Verstappen's a whole lap ahead of everyone else. So other drivers are still to start their laps. 22.6 it was for Piastri, so we know that lap time is possible. So Ocon's going to commence his lap now. Lando Norris still sitting in the pit lane. Still sitting in the pits, everyone. Behrman starts his lap time. Liam Lawson will start his. Athava says, is Norris struggling? I don't know why Norris is still... Norris making his way now. Norris making his way out of the pits. There we go for Lando. And Jojo says, who thinks Piastri has a chance to win the championship? Let Jojo know in the chat if you think Piastri has a chance to win. Or maybe it's going to be George Russell. Maybe it's going to be George Russell. This is as we've got George Russell's wheel here. Maybe it's going to be George Russell. Who knows? Why is Lando in the pit? He's not in the pit anymore. Han saying go Piastri. Lizzie's watching from Italy. Jan saying Oscar is a GOAT. I think it's too early to put Oscar in the GOAT conversation. I don't think you can put Oscar in the GOAT conversation. No, George Russell gave us this wheel. We didn't steal it. Welcome, King Cobra. Okay, Ocon. What's Ocon done? 23.1. Pretty fast for Ocon. Pretty fast. And now we're going to see Behrman complete his lap time. What's Behrman saying? 23.4. Not so fast for Behrman. Not so fast for Behrman. Who's next over? Bortoletto starting his lap. And Lawson will be completing his lap. Not that quick for Lawson. 23.5. No, that's not going to cut it. These are slow lap times. They wouldn't even get you into Q2. Remember, Hamilton got knocked out with a 23.3. So Behrman and Lawson, those are not quick times. Sainz again with another 23.1 for Carlos Sainz, looking racy. Piastri starts his lap. Antonelli, what's he going to do? It was a very fast sector 1 and a very slow sector 2. So Antonelli made a mistake there. P4 for Antonelli, 23.3. He might be in trouble. Yeah, Hadjar goes faster. 23.3 for Hadjar. Still very close. Lando's going to start his lap. Russell could be on a quick lap here. Russell could go fastest. Russell could go fastest here. Let's see. Yes, he does. 22.7 for George Russell. George Russell provisionally fastest. What about Lance Stroll? Not going to be that quick. 0.3, I think. No, 0.1. 23.1 for Lance Stroll. What about Charles Leclerc? Here comes Charles Leclerc. It's a 23.2 for Charles Leclerc. Oh, it's going to be tight in the cutoff. Yeah, Nicholas Latifi guest appearance tomorrow. Fernando Alfonso, 23 dead for Alfonso. It was a slow sector 2, but sector 1 and sector 3 were lightning. Alfonso's got pace here. Very slow from Tsunoda, 23.328. That might be the max Tsunoda can really do. And Bortoletto, 23 dead. Quick lap from Bortoletto. Meanwhile, Verstappen's going to start another lap on scrubbed soft tyres. Keep an eye out for Verstappen here. But now it's all about the McLarens, everyone. It's all about those McLarens. Here comes Piastri. Over the line. It's a slow sector 2 though. What's it going to be? It's a 23 dead. It's not lightning for Piastri. What about Lando Norris? Lando Norris could be on for a pretty good lap time. It's going to be a 22 for Lando. It's going to be a 22 for Lando here. But what sort of 22? It's a 22.8 Lando Norris. That's a good time for Lando. Piastri is running with a slim rear wing. That's why he's faster than Lando in the straights here. Keep an eye on the speed traps there. Welcome Paul Mosley, Tallbred Towsif and Mark Jolly. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now, because you don't want to miss more motorsport content on this channel. We've been doing it for years and years, and we're just taking it to just further levels, frankly. Now we've been nominated as Autosport Creator of the Year. With your support, we'll be able to go down to the awards and probably interview Max Verstappen and Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri. So definitely make sure you support us there. Lance Stroll will jump in. Charles Leclerc amongst all of that. Only a 23.2 for Charles Leclerc. Verstappen's going to be taking a lap time here. What's Verstappen? Could be decent. Could be half decent. Surprised? Yeah, 22.7. A little bit faster. Ibrahim says, amazing channel, amazing community. It's a community that makes this channel. It's great to see so many returning supporters here. Albert says, all he needs is Papa Stroll to tell him, Lance, if you do not win today, I'll never give you money again. And everyone will eat their words. Why would Papa Stroll say that, though? But who are you betting on to win for tomorrow? I think Lando. But look at this qualifying again. George Russell sensationally in P1. If you have a situation like this tomorrow and Piastri overtakes Lando at the start, they will ask Piastri to move over and let Lando Norris through. Boo. Papaya pullover is what they call that maneuver in the textbook. Yeah, Charles Norris, what the hell? Charles Leclerc is still in this by the skin of his teeth. Gangnam says, I think Norris will take pole. Zach, everyone is thinking, doesn't matter if I win or lose, just make sure Norris doesn't win. Charles Leclerc, did you have a lap time deleted? Oh, he had a big moment on the exit last corner, but it was okay. Oh, he had a huge moment. The white line is massive. The white line on the last corner is absolutely massive. Meanwhile, some Q1 instance going to be investigated. 5 minutes to go. Interesting qualifying session, this. The way that they're running it. Bookie, I'm a fan of Max, but may the best driver win. Lahaya, Aston looking quick. They're still fighting. Yeah, Alfonso in P5 there. Keep an eye. He's had some very good sectors. I'd say Alfonso's optimal lap time is probably very quick. Tallbred, who was fastest in Q1? I believe it was George Russell again. So George Russell racy. Right, just before the cars come out, everyone smash that like button. Everyone write in the chat, hit the like button. Let's get this up to 1,000 likes. Come on. Let's pump that likes up. We can do better than this, chat. As I think the Hasses are going to be released pretty early. Did I watch F1 Academy this year? I watched a little bit. Nonchalant saying Piastri. Okay, who's going to... Yeah, here we go. Cars coming out the pits now. Verstappen might be quite early. Charles Leclerc going to be leading the train. Remember, there's going to be a bit of a queue here at the exit of the pits. A little bit of a queue at the exit of the pits here, everyone. The track isn't frozen. Cars are just sitting in the pit lane, waiting to come out. Ryan says, hit the like button or Max will lose. I think hit the like button if you want Lando, Max or Oscar to win the championship. That's the key. Okay, Charles Leclerc out first. Then Tsunoda. Does Tsunoda still have a part to play here? Can he scrape through into Q3? Or would you rather have that extra... Or do you get an extra set anymore? I can't remember. Mannix said, hit it. Hashal, will McLaren make sure Lando goes ahead of Piastri? I think they will. I think they will, everyone. Lopez says, please say Alfonso instead of Alonso. No, don't think so. Turn 16 showing less grip. Cars sliding. That last corner. The white line is massive, though, on the last corner. We are streaming from the UK here. Tsunoda needs a decent Sector 3, and he'll be through. Who's going to win? Tell your prediction. I think Lando's going to win the championship, but not win the race. I think Lando will win the war, but not the battle, as you might say. Okay, Charles Leclerc is going to be the first driver to start his lap time here. Torbred hopes Lando wins the title. We got some... Do we have any Lando Norris fans in the chat? Any Lando Norris fans? Put those papayas out if you got them. Okay, here comes Charles Leclerc. Lopez is supporting Fernando Alonso there. Let's see what he can do in the Aston Martin P5 at the moment. Derek says, let's go Lando. Do we have more Lando fans in the chat or more Max fans in the chat? Prediction declined. Just like my card. Sorry says Lando can win. Torbred's a Lando fan from Scotland. Ganner says Lando. Haroon, come on Lando. Nishan says Max. Mills says Max. Oh, I think there's more Max fans. I think there's more Max fans. Shawnee, how would I do with F1 driver? What, right now? Not very good. I need quite a lot of practice. I need a bigger neck. I need to work on my neck a bit. Bit of an understatement, but there we go. Okay, so Verstappen is in the box here. Maybe Verstappen feels like he doesn't need to go out again. So here we go then. Charles Leclerc is going to be the first driver to set his lap time, everyone. Keep all eyes on Charles Leclerc. All eyes on Leclerc, please. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think Charles Leclerc could do a 0.1 or a 0.2 here. I think Charles Leclerc's on for a 0.1 or a 0.2. Let's see. Let's see. It's a 0.9. It's a 22.9 from Charles Leclerc. It's a big lap. It's a big lap from Leclerc. It's a big old lap from Leclerc. And Tsunoda, a 23 dead. Tsunoda's gone 3/10 quicker than he's done previously. What about Antonelli? Antonelli, 23 point dead. That might not be enough. I tell you what, we might lose a Mercedes here. That's good news for Lando, ironically. Bortoletto, 22.8 for Bortoletto. What's Bortoletto up to? Piastri, meanwhile, starts his lap. Carlos Sainz is on a flyer. Oh, but it's a terrible last sector. Has he been held up? Has he been impeded? Has he been impeded by Lando? Sainz was flying. Lawson with a 23 dead as well. Antonelli's out in the moment. Antonelli's out, full stop. Antonelli is not going to make it through into Q3. Meanwhile, Hadjar, 22.9. Oh my goodness. Was Sainz impeded? We will see. Ocon, a 23 dead point as well. You're going to need a 23 dead to get through here. You're going to need a 23 dead. George Russell's safe. What about Lance Stroll? What about Lance Stroll? Oh no, it's a slow last sector. Alfonso, will he improve? I'm not sure. Yes, he does. A P4 for Alfonso. That puts Carlos Sainz out. And Tsunoda is in the drop zone. And it's Behrman. Behrman will knock him out. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. It's so close. Behrman doesn't knock out Tsunoda. Tsunoda, sensationally, in the other Red Bull, is somehow into Q3. Oh, Tsunoda's there in Q3. I think Lando could have blocked Carlos Sainz there. Carlos Sainz was on a sensational lap and had a very slow sector 3. Let's keep an eye on that. And Sainz will want to fight that. Sainz will want to fight it. Leclerc saying I nearly aborted my lap like 5 times. It was like rally. Oh dear. Carlos Sainz is saying the 3rd sector was terrible. What happened in the 3rd sector there for Carlos Sainz? No, if you impede, you get a grid penalty. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Oh, interestingly, because Behrman has slotted in there, unbelievably a thousandth of a second a lap faster, even if Lando's time gets even if there's a penalty, it doesn't matter now. For Sainz ain't getting through to this session unless there's a deleted lap time. Yeah, Antonelli, the big one there to drop. Antonelli P14, but I'm telling you, it's so close. And honestly, chat, we're not going to see this at the beginning of next season. I think we're going to have different fun next season together. because we'll be streaming every race next season, I'm sure, on this channel. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. Let's do a mass subscribe. But I think you're not going to see it this close for a long time. That is ridiculously close. I mean, it's less than a tenth. It's a tenth between P7 being like comfortably in and being last in that session. Welcome Derek, Martin, Serki, Goosehark, Brian. Let us know if you are subscribing as well. Kimmy Anthony, what was going on last sector? Oh, Kimmy was struggling last sector. Did he have a big moment on the last corner? I'm not sure. Yeah, quite. It's a chat. It's a privilege. It's a privilege here. Basically, a tenth of a second. No, sorry, I'm talking. Yeah, a tenth of a second separates 10 cars essentially. Unbelievable. Sean wants a sim racing setup. Go look at my guides. Spaceman saying Alfonso equals GOAT. Alfonso in P4. We've been calling it. So many people in chat have been calling out Alfonso. And again, George Russell, P1. What happened to Piastri? Nowhere right now. If the race were to finish like this, Norris wins the championship. If Verstappen overtakes Russell, it's a bit squeaky for Lando. It's a bit squeaky. And Hadjar's up there as well. So there's 3 Red Bull cars because Hadjar's a Red Bull driver next season. Let's not do the politically correct thing. Let's just say it how it is. There's 3 Red Bulls in this session. Tsunoda, Hadjar, and Verstappen. So the McLarens are outnumbered. The McLarens are outnumbered here. The entire drop zone was less than 0.1 seconds away from Tsunoda. Insane. Sophie saying Lando's going to bottle it. Oh my goodness. Goodness me. Lopez saying he's Alfonso, please. You're supporting Alfonso. I tell you what. Alfonso is only a tenth off provisionally fastest there. That is crazy. That is insane. That is insane. I'm getting very excited for this Q3. So we're going to have Q3, probably 2 flying laps, everyone. 2 flying laps. I'm getting my heart rate's going up here, basically. In fact, Piastri. Yeah, Piastri. I can't emphasize how close this is enough. We need to take a second. Okay? Let's take a second. Okay? Then let's take 100 slices of that second, which is basically you can't even feel it. And then Piastri is... Oh my god. Piastri is so close to being knocked out there. Oh my goodness. Piastri is so close. It's not 0.1 to getting knocked out. It's 0.01. Strictly, it's 0.02. He's 0.02 seconds. Chat, we cannot even feel what 0.02 seconds feels like. We're in like magic land now. We're in some realm where we as humans cannot even feel or understand how small these gaps are. 0.02 seconds. Barrett, at this point, I'm hoping they call a fair race. Welcome Annette as well. Chat, put the name of the driver you think is going to get pole position in the chat. Put the name of the driver who's going to get pole in the chat now. I just want to see name of the driver in the chat. Okay, I see Lance Stroll in there. I see Lance Stroll again. Put name of the driver in there. Max Verstappen. Max. Tsunoda. Max. Russell. Max. Alfonso. Max. Russell. I'm not seeing any Landos here. Old dog Alfonso hasn't lost his bite. Old dogs can learn new tricks. Hooked on says Alfonso. Marion says Lando. Hamilton, you might be a bit behind on the stream here. Bookie says Alfonso. Darts and Lando. Aram says Russell. Flea K says Alfonso, Yuki. Oh my goodness. Imagine a Yuki pole here. Imagine a Yuki pole. Max, Russell. I think odds on, gotta say Russell, right? You gotta say Russell. You gotta say Russell. It's gotta be old Georgie boy Russ. It's gotta be the Russ dog. Ibrahim Alfonso. It's gotta be the Russ dog. Goodness me. Yuki Masterclass incoming. Right, chat, for me, please do me a favour for this. We're about to go into Q3. Please, I know you can do this. Almost 2,000 people watching. Please hit the like button. Just smash it. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the pinned comment in chat to vote for me for Creator of the Year. You've got enough time before we start seeing lap times. Please, for me, do all of these. I'd massively appreciate it. It's all about the community here. This isn't some big company doing the stream. It's just me. It's just me and you. It's literally me and you. That's it. Gaines got geography test tomorrow, but I'm watching your video on mute, so your mum won't hear you. Her mum won't hear me. Maybe your mum loves watching these streams. Maybe your mum's already a big fan of me and our channel. You never know, Gaines. You never know. What do we think in chat? Why have you got a geography test on a Sunday, bro? Is it Sunday school? Let's give this guy strength. Let's go. Fonso saying, Fonso for Alfonso. You love to see it. Q3 underway. I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten since I was at Samsung yesterday. By the way, Samsung put on some great food. I think there's some people in chat who were with me at the Samsung event yesterday. Thanks, Ibrahim. Right. Am I going to have a boxing match against F1 Gamer? I've tried. He won't box me. I've tried. Okay. Sonoda's going to be first to start his lap. Sonoda's going to be first. Marie was there. Very nice. Did you enjoy the food at Samsung? We'll try and do more stuff with Samsung. Get a Samsung to sponsor these streams, actually. Sonoda looking to give a toe to Verstappen. He's too far ahead, though. He's too far ahead. I don't believe that. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Yeah, I want to do YouTuber boxing with like the other F1 live streamers. I think we should totally do it. I'm up for it. And we should do karting as well. Obviously, I'm up for the karting. Okay, Sonoda, first out. Is he going to go 16.9, sector 1? Let's see. Tips it into turn 5. No, Sonoda is going to give the slip. Sonoda is going to give the slip. Sonoda's doing it. Sonoda's doing it. 5D chess. 5D chess from Red Bull here. Sonoda's giving Verstappen the slip. It's going to be slipstream here and then slipstream down the next straight. Sonoda is not going for his lap time. And look at that, Verstappen 16.8. It's lightning. It's lightning from Verstappen there. Red Bull are playing this. To get Hadjar involved as well. Get a double slip going on. Sonoda, this is like Indianapolis. Look at this. Sonoda will pull out now. How Sonoda's pulling out. Fantastic. Verstappen goes through. Verstappen, the big dog. And now Russell will get out of the way. And Verstappen just needs to cook. Verstappen needs to cook. Look at this from Sonoda. Sonoda's playing the game. Get some Motorhead up in here because Sonoda's playing the game, everyone. And is Verstappen going to be the ace in qualifying? Let's see. Over the line. Could be generational. 22.2. No one's beating that. No one's beating that today. 8D chess from Red Bull Racing there. To perfection. And you know what? Papaya rules. They're not going to papaya for each other there. There's not going to be any papaya slipstream. W's in the chat for Yuki. If you rate that, W's in the chat right now. I want to see W Yuki's in there. Yuki Sonoda doing it. Stewards need to call out. No. No, this is what Mercedes should have done in 2021. Mercedes in 2021 should have boxed Bottas under the last safety car and he would have held up Verstappen for a couple of corners. This is what Red Bull just do better than everyone else. They play the game. Look at all the W Yuki's coming out. Verstappen, meanwhile, 22.7 nowhere. Leclerc, 22.7 nowhere. Piastri, 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 Piastri. Will Piastri go faster than Lando? Oh, he does. He does. 22. What about Russell? All eyes on Russell. All eyes on George Russell right now. Chat, I'm going to be silent. I'm going to be silent. All eyes on Russell. Oh, it's only a P5 for Russell. Imagine the scenes. Imagine the scenes if Russell slotted in P2. Imagine the scenes. Oh, Georgie boy, though. What happened there? That was all set up for George Russell to slot into P2. Right. As it stands like this, I reckon McLaren have to ask Piastri to pull over Fernando because otherwise it's too risky. Do you know why? Because they'll need to ask Piastri to pull over Russell, and then Piastri will need to slow down the pack behind. So Piastri is basically going to be Lando Norris's butler. Call him Butler Piastri. Lando Norris is going to click his fingers on the radio. He's going to push the old WhatsApp button. He's going to be like, oh, can you tell Oscar to be my butler, please? Can Oscar drop behind me and just get me a bit of a gap? It's going to be a papaya butler. If he was doing boxing, they'd introduce him as Oscar, the butler, Piastri. Right, Piastri comes into the pits. Let's see what's going to happen now. George Russell, what can you do? Tsunoda, meanwhile. Okay. Oh my god. Chat, does anyone want to know the 11D strategy? 11D chess. Chat, write chess in capital letters if you want to know the 11D chess that can be played right now. No worries, Barrett, but let me know if you want to know the 11D chess. I can play some 11D chess right now. Do you want to see 11D chess? Just write chess if you want to see it. Slippery says chess, Bernard says chess, Trace. Right, here's the chess. Here's the chess. No one can actually beat Verstappen's time right now. So Verstappen needs to give Yuki a slipstream. Okay? Because Yuki did a 23 dead last time around. So with a double slip, Yuki can maybe get ahead of the McLarens. If Red Bull want to risk it, Verstappen gives Yuki a double slip here. Oh my god. Oh my goodness me. 53-degree chess strategy on the table. Chat, who does that? Write risk it in the chat if you do that. Or write play it safe if Verstappen just goes out again. What do you do here? What do you do? I think you risk it. I think you risk it. I think you risk it. Oh my god. I think you risk it. Risk it for the biscuit, everyone. Risk it for the biscuit. Tsunoda gave him a really good toe here. A really good toe. Tsunoda's pullout was so good. Tsunoda did that perfectly. Yeah, Tsunoda, they practiced that on the sim. They practiced it on the sim, 100%. They have practiced that together. So you know, if Max Verstappen all weekend has been super casual, yeah, like I didn't expect to be here, I'm kind of cool, and I was like, that don't believe it. They have been practicing that, and you know what? You know what? McLaren should have done the same thing. McLaren should have done it, alternated. But they didn't want to do it because they knew that one of their drivers wouldn't reciprocate. Let's be chat on this channel. On this channel, we just say it how it is. That's why McLaren didn't do it, because they knew the driver who's like, okay, now my turn to get the slip. It'd be like, Russell, try and get me behind Verstappen on his in-lap. He'll probably give me a tow. Oh my God! 85-degree chess! 85-degree chess! Verstappen and Tsunoda just run around giving other people slipstreams. Why give Tsunoda a slipstream? Oh my God. Oh my God. If they give Russell a slipstream here. Oh my God, look who's coming out of the pits. The First Lady of Canada's at the track. Look who's coming out of the pits. Chat, this is strategy of the 103rd dimension. Like, why are Red Bull on just like such another level to every other team on strategy? Like Red Bull just make every other team just look like they're just amateurs. Oh my God, Verstappen is going to give Russell a slip. Oh my God. I tell you what, if this qualifying ends up with Russell first and Verstappen first and Russell second, and Piastri third and Norris fourth, McLaren need to ask Piastri to let Norris go like as soon as possible. This is insane. I think Tsunoda should give Alonso slip. That's what I think Tsunoda should do. Right, chat. Here we go. Last laps. Last laps. Hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. It's all completely free. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go once more into the breach, everyone. Fast laps. Verstappen is going to start a fast lap. And he'll be giving... He'll either do a fast lap. That Red Bull might be phoning in and say, well, how are the McLarens doing? So Piastri and Norris are fast sector 1, but they're not purple fast. And Russell's giving Tsunoda a slip. Unbelievable scenes. Right, Ocon's done here. Ocon's done. Bortoletto's going to be done. I'm not sure Bortoletto's going to improve as well. P6 for Bortoletto, actually. Alfonso... What's Alfonso saying here? What's Alfonso saying? Because Alfonso could cause an Alfonso train. Oh, P6. There could be a train there. What's Hajar saying? Hajar's not going to be up there. Hajar's not going to be up there. No, Hajar's P9. Right, Leclerc. Oh my God, Verstappen's going even faster. What is Verstappen on? Leclerc. Oh my God! Leclerc's faster than Lando at the moment. At the moment. Keep an eye on Piastri. Keep an eye on Piastri. Keep an eye on Piastri. Piastri P2. Piastri P2. Lando's going to go faster than Oscar. Surely. 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 Yes, he does. P2 for Lando. But what about George? Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Verstappen should have given in the slipstream. They didn't do the 12D chess. They didn't do the 12D chess. No, they didn't do the 12D chess. They didn't do it. If Verstappen had given Russell the slipstream, Russell would have been ahead of the McLarens. Goodness me. Right. Oh my days. And what was Tsunoda doing there? Tsunoda should have given the slipstream for George Russell. Red Bull have bottled it. Red Bull have bottled it. Red Bull have absolutely bottled it. If they'd given Russell the slip, I'm telling you, Russell would have been P2 there. Unless Red Bull think that Russell's just going to be faster than the McLarens. Russell is a huge protagonist tomorrow. Russell is a huge protagonist. Okay? And also, I've been saying this all season. If you've been watching these streams all season, you'll know. Starting P2 is in many cases worse than starting P3. Okay? Because what may happen is Piastri may just follow Oscar through. Sorry, Piastri may follow Max through. Verstappen, 2 pole position laps. And Verstappen saying, let's go, guys. That was insane. Simply lovely. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right, let's take stock and I'll let you know what it means for tomorrow. Verstappen is P1, Lando P2, Piastri P3, George Russell P4, Charles Leclerc P5. So if Charles Leclerc gets a good start, he's not going to be behind the Alfonso train. Alfonso P6, Bortoleto P7, Ocon P8, Hadjar P9, Stoner P10. There will be an Alfonso train tomorrow. 100%. There will be an Alfonso train. Critically, Leclerc may be ahead of it. That might mean that the McLarens can't easily undercut Verstappen. Because if they undercut Verstappen, they might end up behind Charles Leclerc. Now, there is plenty of DRS here, so we'll need to see. But I think Red Bull could have given... Oh, did George Russell have a mistake or something? Oh! Was it deleted? George Russell had a huge moment. Oh, that has to be deleted, his last lap. George Russell had a huge moment on the last corner. But from my experience, he wouldn't have lost 2/10. He wouldn't have lost 2/10 with that moment because he's still got traction. The car's just squirming. So Q1 incident is being investigated and a Q2 incident as well. But Verstappen is the fastest here. Verstappen is the fastest. By the way, obviously, we're going to be streaming the race tomorrow. We're going to be streaming it. P1, Max with the... Max has been getting into everyone's heads. He's been playing it so cool. Goodness me. Goodness me. Also, keep an eye on Kimi tomorrow. Because that Mercedes is quick, and Kimi might do some mad strategy from down there. Kimi could do some mad strategy. Russell... Lando looks a bit stressed. Piastri, to me, Piastri looks super relaxed. Piastri almost hasn't got anything to lose at this point. I think the world is weighing heavily on Lando Norris's shoulders right now. Any news about... Norris blocking Sainz? Not that I've seen. Not that I've seen. How close was that prediction? Oh my goodness. Max, those last 2 laps. Yeah, those last 2 laps. Kelly Piquet in attendance. Max right now. I feel like everyone is a Max fan. Oh my goodness, George Russell with the helmet on. George Russell has a huge role to play. And I bet George Russell's going to be loving it, because George Russell's not in the championship fight, but I bet he feels like he should be. So George Russell can basically get in the headlines tomorrow. I think George Russell's a dude who loves to be in the headlines. Yeah, Bortoleto P7. Did Lando block Sainz? Something happened with Sainz's last lap. I don't know what happened exactly, but something happened. There's so much pressure on Lando at the start because he's not P1. Lando, Mohammed Ben Sulayem on the ground and hugging Lando. Mohammed Ben Sulayem, what's going on here? The FIA, the independent adjudicators of the race procedures. He's got his hands round Zach Brown now. Mohammed Ben Sulayem on the ground. Mohammed Ben Sulayem is on the ground. What's going on? Well, this is very interesting, because I'm not sure there's any need for Mohammed Ben Sulayem to be getting involved there. But involved Mohammed bin Sulayem is. Welcome, Roberts. Welcome, KS. Lando or Oscar win tomorrow. Simba told you. Chat, who's going to win tomorrow? Who's going to win tomorrow? Put the name of the driver you think is going to win. I want to see. Why is Mohammed bin Sulayem? Could we see? What if there's safety cars? I don't know if P1 is on the outside. P3 is going to have a great run into turn 2. I'll explain in a second. I just actually want to get the stream up for tomorrow, and I don't know what time the race is tomorrow. I'm just going to put it live for 12 o'clock. I can always change it. But I just want to get that live. I want to get that in there. Get that locked in. Talking about penalties even for soccer. Football, you mean? What do you say about Lando on the app? What happened with Lando on the app? What's going on with Lando on the app here? I just got a funny feeling with Mohammed bin Sulayem on the ground. Right, just give me a moment. I'll just let you know what's going on. Okay, the reason if P1 is on the outside, okay, the reason why second place is such a disadvantage is because the fastest line into turn 1 is from the outside. So that means P3 can just have a great start with maximizing traction in a straight line, and P2 can't cut across too early because you lose traction. So it gets very congested. So I think it's inevitable that the McLarens are going to go side by side into turn 1. And again, I think we're going to be millimeters away from contact there. Lando got a penalty. No, Lando hasn't got a penalty. Lando hasn't got a penalty that I've seen. No, I don't know. I don't think Lando's got a penalty. I mean, I'm keeping a tab on this. I don't think Lando's got a penalty, but that would be insane. Yeah, but it's Mohammed bin Sulayem there to serve the penalty in person. Samantha's point for Verstappen. P1 could be Max. Also, here's another question. If you're Max Verstappen tomorrow, do you back the pack up? Do you back the pack up? Russell hates Verstappen and Piastri would let Norris go. I think Russell loves himself more than he hates Verstappen. Let me put it like that. Yeah, Chai, our mods are on it. Our mods will let us know. If there's any penalty investigation, our mods are going to be on it. Why the hell Mercedes gave space to Lando and all Red Bulls for Max? Lando's just looking at Max right now. Lando's just staring at Lando's staring at Oscar. Lando's just staring at Oscar. And Oscar's looking away. It's like that, with Usyk and Tyson Fury. No, Max may as well back the pack up, right? Max may as well back that pack. Chat, right, back that pack if you're going to back up the pack. Or right, run away if you're just going to try and just get as much lap time as you can. Benson Boone. Who's Benson Boone? Benson Boone. What do you call a what do you call a Okay. What do you call a Formula 1 flame? Chat, what do you call a Formula 1 flame? Itesh has run away. Alex backpack won't work. Chat, what do you call a Formula 1 flame? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? Yeah, Max has been doing all sorts of mind games. It's Mourinho level mind games. Something's going on between Oscar and Lando as well. Like the way Lando was looking at Oscar, like almost like were they meant to give each other? It's a Benson Booner. It's a Benson Booner. What do you call a Formula 1 curry? Buko, I think Max is playing mind games on his own fans. Do. Max fans. I think there's going to be shenanigans. I think there's going to be shenanigans. You know, like before, like a big World Cup match, you know, like in the Ashes now with their cricket, there's shenanigans. Like, there'll be Red Bull fans outside the McLaren hotel letting off fireworks. Maybe not in Abu Dhabi, actually. They were meant for each other, but Papaya Walls didn't allow it. Piastri lost easy for Verstappen's chance. Lando winning the World Drivers' Championship. If Red Bull do this, if Red Bull can do it, Max has got the support, not from his dad, not from his mum, but from his girlfriend, from the mother of his child. It's a bit of a different energy, you know. It's almost like I'm not making light of this. I think it's serious. He's not there as his father's son. He's there as a father. I think it's a bit of a different energy. It might be unlocking something different in Max. He's not there with his dad, who was dropping him off at the gas station when he didn't win and doing tough love. He's there with his partner. It's a bit different. It's a bit of a different vibe. Dare I say, is it like Lewis Hamilton, Nicole Scherzinger 2008? Different vibe out there. What do we think? I'm not seeing any penalties coming through, by the way. I don't think we're getting penalties coming through. Landon says Max Verstappen does not deserve this win. It should go to Landon. Saying it should go to yourself. There was no tough love, just tough. I'm telling you, you can't become a karting prodigy without tough love. Try one thing for sure, this race is going to be... Do not miss it. I think we might go live 2 hours early. I've got so much energy. I think we might go live 2 hours early. Maya said there's one team in the India Premier League called the Mumbai Indians. Let me guess, are they from Mumbai? Who won the championship after 5 losses. If RB and Max can do that, it's going to be a legend. That's what everyone's saying. Everyone's saying, can Max get at the level of the Mumbai Indians? PJ says 0 IQ comment. Lahai said it should be me. I should win this race. Max always saying car bad on purpose porpoising. He always uses mind games. I am massively hyped for this. I am massively hyped. I'm telling you. I am massively hyped. Do. Bear with me. Okay, chat. I want to have some scenario predictions in the chat. Get me some scenario predictions of interesting things. See you, Chaya. Hopefully the package does get delivered. Thanks for all the support today with the modding. Welcome Crazy, welcome Ahmed, welcome Nitu. I want some crazy scenarios tomorrow. Crazy scenarios. Like... Did anyone remember when Sebastian Vettel got damaged lap 1? I think either it was Abu Dhabi or it was at Sao Paulo. Imagine the top 3 crash out. Imagine the top 3 crash out and Lando wins. Like, that would be crazy. Something happening with Leclerc. Aliens Invade. Aliens Invade is not on my bingo card, I will be honest. Will Ustaisen who you back? I think Lando's still... Oh, I just don't know, though. I just don't know. The pressure. The pressure. Remember, we saw Lando in Vegas with the slowing down. We saw Lando in Zandvoort with the engine issue. I just wonder. Simba, Piastri first, Russell second, Max third, Lando engine blown. Who wins that? Does Piastri win that? Yuki pulls a Perez. Not from there, though. McLarens take each other out. Yuki wins in Austin. Lando and Max last lap. I think if Max is winning the race by like 10 seconds, I think he starts to back the pack up. I think he's got nothing to lose. I think he's got nothing to lose. If Lando lose, if he wins, he did need to get done, yes. McLarens take each other out with Max as well. Oh my goodness, it's very interesting. Oscar and Lando break papaya rules and gift Max. Brazil was the race Vettel went backwards. Yeah, you know when Vettel was backwards, remember they were taking high-speed photographs of the car and showing it to Adrian Newey, and they're like, Adrian, is this a problem or not? What happened last year? Max last year. Oh, from P3. Oh my goodness. Did Max take out Oscar last year? Max with a 360 last year. Carlos Sainz went all the way through. Yeah, Oscar got taken out last year by Max. Everyone turns out to have illegal cars the entire season except Lance Stroll and Stroll World Driver Championship. Put a pound on that. Put a pound on that one. Yeah, I think Verstappen's got the fastest car. Do you think Yuki will pit extremely late? I don't think Yuki can hold up the McLarens. I just don't think he's fast enough. He's going to be in a mad Alfonso train. Yuki needed to... If Yuki finished ahead of Alfonso in qualifying, then potentially. That was like... So I think Max should have given Yuki the slip, to be honest. Alfonso and Webber were still in the fight for the championship, and it's one of the greatest races ever. Yeah, it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'll do some scenarios on Instagram. By the way, my Twitter handle has changed. My Twitter handle is now Kireth. So, easy. Instagram Kireth K, TikTok Kireth K. I'll post some scenarios on there. Verstappen was told unbelievable Max, pure speed. Fantastic work, that's a great qualifying. By the way, Verstappen now, we got to talk about Catalonia. We got to talk about Catalonia because Verstappen in Catalonia. What was he thinking? What was he thinking? And how much have Red Bull taken out of their development for next season to get Verstappen in the mix? Well, after a few barren years, it's coming down to the last race of the season, which is fantastic. It's been a while. It's been a little while, hasn't it? Miami, Spielberg, but yeah, Miami was a bit rough as well, wasn't it? Silverstone. Goodness me, Silverstone. Landon, we have read your message, calm down. Is that going to be a predicted radio call to Lando tomorrow? What if Lando radios and said, Lando, I need Oscar to slow down Russell. Oh. Pinpin says no hate for Lando. What a great name, Pinpin. Pinpin. I like that name. Is Pinpin actually your name? No hate for Lando, but just hate the way McLaren treats Piastri. Is your name Pinpin? Is it Pin for short? But your full name's Pinpin. Chat, what do we think about Pinpin as a name? Izzy says Max is the best driver, Norris is the best car. Cars, I think Lando will be conservative. You can't be conservative in Formula 1 starts. You end up getting more into accidents. I know what they said, Bob, but they don't believe what they say. Pinpin is your nickname. Do people call you Pinpin? I like the name Pinpin. That is a really cool name. Your real name is Phineas. Oh my days. Who's that dude? Tintin. It feels like Phineas and Pinpin. It all feels like in the Tintin universe. What a cool nickname, Pinpin. GBP, your name is Pimpin. Miami 6 points. And yeah, Austria couldn't do anything. Barcelona, yeah. Silverstone. Yeah, Silverstone. Joseph says Yuki will take out Lando. Kakash, do you think Indian drivers could be in F1? No. I don't think there's enough of a grassroots sustainable scene in India. And I think the racing scene in India, is, as I understand it, is really dominated by money. Yeah, I like it. Great for your parents. Phineas feels like you should be traveling the world. Like, you should have like a leather suitcase, and you should travel the world, and you should have like a passport that's got like a load of stamps in it, and you go to the passport and they open up as this Phineas, and the dude at passport control just is like, yeah, yes, you may enter. You are a seasoned traveller. Antonelli though. Antonelli didn't make it. By the way, Hamilton getting cooked by Charles Leclerc. Absolutely cooked. What if Lando and Max take each other out and Piastri won? Piastri wins the championship, my friend. You all want to bet is if it's that close, people blame Antonelli for Qatar. Yeah. India had F1, but government declared entertainment as sport. I didn't know that much. If Indian government declared F1 as entertainment instead of sport, that's so funny. They're like, this isn't sport. This is obviously like scripted entertainment. So therefore you have to pay tax. That's so funny. Yeah, I think we're going to see some funny stuff overnight. We're going to see some funny stuff. Some funny stuff. Right, chat, I haven't eaten since I was at Samsung yesterday. What if Norris... Yeah, what if Norris... Oh my god, what if... That's a great question from Harsh. What if Norris... I would say he doesn't jump the start. What if Norris gets a slow start because he's terrified of jumping the start? Oh my god, I'm going to make so many posts on YouTube and Insta and stuff. Right, chat, I've got to eat. I would love to stay here. I would love to stay. But I've got to eat because I haven't eaten since Samsung yesterday. And I'm going to make some posts today. I'll make another video. I'll talk about quali. I'll put it on Formula Fan TV. And I'll go live I think I'll go live 2 hours early tomorrow. I'll bring some I'll order some snacks in. I'll get some McDonald's fries and stuff. Ghost, do you think McLaren collide into turn 1 due to P3? Could be something like that. The stream is live for tomorrow already. Let me find it so you can hit that notification. Let me find it so you can hit that noti, everyone. Yeah. Here's the stream for tomorrow. Oh, my headset just went dead. Here's the stream for tomorrow. I want you to hit that. Hit the notification. Leave a comment already. Let's pump up that stream. It's going to be a big one tomorrow. It's going to be a big one. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to hang out with all of you. It's going to be massive. All right, chat. I will see you then. Stay safe. I don't want any injuries. I don't want any accidents. I don't want you to miss out on tomorrow. So just stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow on this channel. We'll go live 2 hours early, and we'll see the championship decider. Go get some butt.